gentlemen, children of all ages, you've come to this video today to learn some incredible information. And let's dive right in. So now you've made the decision to buy some property, right? You've been watching this channel, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go do real estate. But what is it you should be looking for? And what are the pros and cons of buying property in the first place? Well, here at Done For You Real Estate USA, we made it our business to know what to look for and how to find the best deals. We made it our business to ensure that our investments are going to serve us over the long term. We made it our business to make sure that the stuff that we can share with our clients is going to make a difference for them. We've made it our business to be in the know, right? So after all our years of hard work and research and trial and error, and the many millions of dollars invested by us and our clients, we've put together a list of things you need to look out for, as well as the pros and cons. So when you decide it's time to start investing in real estate, we've made all the mistakes already, right? We've hit all the obstacles and we've overcome the stuff that the universe has thrown our way so that we can share it with you so that you can rest easy, because the knowledge that we'll share with you in this video is not some platitude straight out of a book or rolled fresh off of the silver tongue of some property guru. No, no, no. Our knowledge and our experience is real, okay? Everything we're gonna share with you is grounded in our reality and delivered with honesty and integrity. So take a couple of minutes out of your day to watch this video, because by the end of this video, you will be equipped with the knowledge that you need so you know what to look for when you are buying your first or next property. You ready? Because I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, number one, I want you to buy single-family residences. Now, this means 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage in nice neighborhoods, right? This is where the vast majority of Americans want to live. Now, look, there is multifamily stuff, and there's apartment complexes, and there's duplexes and all of that. But when it comes to investment, I want you to buy single-family residential real estate. It is where you will find the most people that can rent and the most people that could buy from you, okay? That's number one. Number two is you should be buying at or below the national median. Now, here's what that means. So if you were to take a look at all of the prices across the country, there's gonna be like a national median, like a single number, okay? Now, every market is different, right? California is gonna be really expensive. New York, or at least Manhattan, is gonna be insanely expensive. In the Midwest, it's gonna be a little less money. What I want you to look at is, if you were to like go on a Zillow or Redfin or something, and you were to just look at the national median, understand that that's a pretty good threshold that you ought to be buying below. Now, inside of every individual market, that price can differ and can be determined. But what we found is today, at the time of recording this video, the vast majority of properties that we're doing range between like $220,000 and $300,000. Now, if you're watching this video in a year, that's gonna be different, right? But if you look at when this video was published, that's about the price that we're looking at right now, okay? Now that's number two. Now here's number three. Now this one, if it is possible, you should be buying with leverage, okay? Leverage means you're utilizing the incredible financial tool of a mortgage, a residential mortgage. Now, this is not a commercial loan. This is a residential investment mortgage, which means you're gonna have to put down 20 or 25%, okay? It kind of varies based on what's happening in the economy. So sometimes 20%, for a long, long time, we could do 20% down. Once COVID started, lenders were like, I don't know about 20% down, we want 25% down. Today, at the time of recording this video, because lending changes all the time, at the recording of this video, 20% and 25% are both viable investment options, but your pricing, meaning your interest rate, is much better on a 25% down than a 20% down. Now, why buy with leverage? It's this simple concept. If you could go and buy $250,000 of stock, you'd have to spend $250,000. But if you want to go buy a $250,000 property, you may only have to invest $50,000 to $70,000, but you're still getting a $250,000 asset, right? Which is pretty cool. So leverage allows you to buy more with the money that you've got, but you still gain 100% of the benefit from the $250,000 property, even though you maybe only invested like 50 to 70 to get it in the first place, right? So leverage is a huge tool of the wealthy and a way to grow your real estate, okay? It's massively important that you go that route. Otherwise, you got to spend a whole bunch of time getting just enough money so you could buy a property with cash. It's going to take a lot more to do that, okay? Number 4, Buy in neighborhoods with the right mix of owner-occupied and investment. Now, here's what this means. You could go to any neighborhood in America and there's gonna be rentals and there's gonna be owners. Now, you could go to some neighborhoods in America and everybody's a renter. Now, generally speaking, just think about this. If you were to walk into a residential area, right, even if it's with single family homes, and everybody in that neighborhood is a renter, do you think that the property, the condition of the area is going to be better or worse than an area where everybody owns? When you own something, you generally take a little bit better care of it, right? So if you're in a neighborhood, you want there to be a mix of rental and ownership, right? Because you want to own in the owner neighborhoods, which means you want to have some rentals in there. Because if you're going to go and buy a home in an area where it's primarily owner occupied, there's a level of, pride of ownership that exists there. And you want your tenants to be able to also have some pride of ownership, even though they're not owners. So it's important that you buy in good, solid neighborhoods where there is a mix of primarily maybe like 75% owner occupied and like 25% investment, okay? Now, we talk a little bit more about this in another video that we'll link to below. The video I think is called My 3 Best Strategies for Picking a Good Investment Property, where we go into a little bit more depth. But let me explain why you may be thinking, well, Kev, why are you sending me to another video that's similar to this one? Well, listen, this channel is all about that, okay? Let me explain why we have multiple videos that are similar and why you should watch them all. Because on this channel, I'm giving you information in real time, okay? It's always relevant. When I'm thinking about what to share with you, I'm thinking about what our actual real life experience is, what we're seeing in the market, and then we're putting together a video like this one, and I think it includes the most relevant information for what we're doing right now to the real estate that we are investing in with ourselves and our clients right now. Now, over the years, real estate changes, right? Real estate's fluid. It's always in flux, okay? It's always kind of all over the place. But there are certain aspects that are unchanging in our experience, and that's what we're giving you in this video and in other videos. But then there may be some information in some videos that are relevant at the time that you're watching the video, may not be relevant in the future, but all of it is going to be principle based, right? The pros and cons of real estate, no matter what, there's certain aspects that are always pros and always negatives, and we talk a lot about those on this video. So make sure you we'll click to that video below, go watch that one as you're watching this one. But before I give you the final 4 points, I just want to say, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. This channel, we love doing it. It's all about showing you the tips and the tricks for getting started in real estate investing. And we want to help you win and make millions in real estate. And if you don't make millions, at least we'll make hundreds of thousands, right? We're sharing videos with you about how to replace your income, how you can retire early, how to create generational wealth for you and your family. So if you want to find out how to find the best properties on the market, well, this channel's for you, right? If you want to find out which markets will give you the biggest return and where you should be investing, we'll be mentioning it on this channel, right? It's for you. This channel has information that's relevant to you. If you want to set your family up for success and wealth that outlives you, this channel is for you. So please like this video. Subscribe. I just snorted. So please subscribe to this video. And even if you're snorting while you're doing it, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share with any of your friends that you think will benefit the most. No, I'm serious. Can we leave the snort in? Let's leave okay, we're leaving the snort in. And you can all mock me. Go down in the comments right now and be like, why do you snort? You're fat, whatever, I don't care. No, don't say that. It'll make my kids feel sad. So the last 4 points that I want to cover, hopefully without any snorts, is this. Number 5 is you want to let someone manage the property for you, okay? Don't try to do property management yourself. It is so frustrating. Let me tell you a little story about one of our clients. So she's amazing. I won't give you her name because I don't want you looking her up. She probably wouldn't care, but she's amazing. She had like 9 investment properties that she'd been managing herself forever. She's an accountant, so she would do the books. She would take the phone calls. She would do all of this stuff. And I started to talk to her probably a couple years ago, and she was like, my husband's got some health concerns. We're sort of worried about the future. We're sort of worried about our real estate. We don't really know what to do. And I explained to her that if she were to sell her properties that she's managing, and if she were to take the proceeds and put them into properties that are managed for her, it would free up so much time, so much effort, so much difficulty from her life, and she could focus on her husband. That is exactly what she did. She sold the properties that were the headaches that she was managing herself because she thought she could save herself money by managing them herself. But if you watch our other videos, we always tell you, if you want something done right, don't do it yourself right. This is in that same vein. Let someone else manage the property for you. Free yourself. Just the mental toll that it takes, the physical, the financial toll that it takes on you. handling those phone calls, fielding those repairs. Let somebody else do it for you. Okay, that's number 5. Now here's number 6. Let the numbers tell you when to sell and refi, and use time to your advantage. Here's what I mean by that. We have people all the time that are like, when's the right time to sell? And the answer is, I don't know. Or they may say, when's the right time to refinance? The answer is, I don't know. You let the numbers be your guide, okay? Here's what that means. If you can evaluate the property on a regular basis, if you know your numbers and you can look at what the market's doing, how the property is performing, where the market is headed, what the economy is doing in general, how much equity you have in the property, how much of a liability do you have with the property, what your mortgage balance is, what your tax benefit is, what your income is, and what your tax consequences might be that year. All of that information can be used to inform the decision. So instead of trying to wave a magical wand and be like, I will sell in 5 years, or I will refi in 1, whatever it is. Like, let the numbers, the math, tell you the story, okay? And leverage time. Time is a benefit when it comes to real estate. Don't look at time as a disadvantage. Be patient and let the numbers guide the decisions, okay? Now, number 7. Now, this is something you maybe have heard of, maybe you haven't. I would recommend, when it comes to real estate, I would strongly recommend you utilize this little piece of the tax code called 1031 exchanges. Maybe we'll do a whole video on 1031 exchanges. In fact, if you want a video on 1031 exchanges, go down in the comments and let us know, and we'll make sure that we do a video on what a 1031 exchange is. Now, I'm gonna cover it really briefly. A 1031 exchange is part of the tax code that's really cool. Let's say you own a property and it's grown, right? And you can sell it for a profit. Now, when you sell that property and you have all of this equity and you have all this profit from the property, the government's gonna come and say, pay us capital gains taxes. And that sucks, because capital gains is like a lot, and then it erodes a bunch of your growth. But you can utilize a 1031 exchange, which means that you have to have a 1031 exchange provider that you're working with, okay? You have to work with a company. This is nothing, you can't do this on your own. You have to work with a company that can facilitate this for you, okay? Now, if you were to sell that property, all of the proceeds can be held in preparation for a 1031 exchange, meaning you do not pay taxes on it because you're going to invest the entire amount into additional properties. It means that you can sell 1 and use the proceeds to potentially buy 2 and not have to pay taxes on the sale of property number 1. If you want more information on 1031 exchanges, go down in the comments and let us know. We'll put a video together for you. But use 1031 exchanges to your benefit. It's a piece of the tax code that can bless your financial life, okay? Now on to the last point, the final point, an incredibly important point, something that you need to know and you need to hear and you need to write down and you need to put it on your wall and you need to put it on your vision board and you need to tell all your family and friends that this is your goal. Let your real estate organically grow to 10 properties. Now, notice I said organically grow. Here's what I mean by that. Yeah, you could just go buy 10 properties, right? Like if you had enough capital, you'd be like, here I go, 10 properties, all right. But what if you could buy 1 and that one, utilizing the 1031 exchange and everything else I've shared in this video, could in a couple years buy 2 properties, right? You could sell 1 and go buy 2, or maybe you could refinance capital out of 1 and go buy a second one, right? And then now you've got 2 properties. And what if you sold those properties and had enough money to go buy 3 more properties, right? And you could organically grow the portfolio. If you could do that bit by bit over time, it may take you between 8 and 20 years to get up to 10 properties. 8 to 20 years. The difference would be how much capital you contribute, what the market does. Give yourself that time. If you can grow your portfolio to 10 properties and do it in a way that it doesn't feel overwhelming, that's why we're here, right? We do the majority of the work for you, but you don't have to work with us, right? But if you could get there to 10 properties, here's what it means. It means you own millions of dollars of single-family residential real estate that's conservative, that's in owner-occupied markets, that is doing all of the things that you want it to do. Millions of dollars of real estate that's generating 6 figures a year in income, right? Now, that may not all be net income, but gross, you're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on millions of dollars of real estate. And over time, if you could pay off those properties or whatever, you would have a 6-figure residual income that could mean you could declare economic independence. So if you're tired of getting poor returns on your investments, then think about doing something different. With real estate, you can achieve average annual returns of 20% or more. Now, it could be less than that too, right? But you're right in that neighborhood, and that's just the average we've had our clients achieve, okay? Sometimes you could get return, now it depends on how you calculate returns, but you could have higher returns than that. You could have lower returns than that. Okay, we're firm believers in stacking up wins to create massive returns. We call it micro wins to millions. But what if you don't want to deal with tenants and toilets and all the other hassles of being a landlord, not to mention all of the hours of research into properties and drafting contracts and finding tenants and managing the property once you finally have your property purchased and ready to rent? Well, that's where we come in, okay? At dfy-realestate.com, we do all the work for you so you can sit back and watch your money grow. We help you stack up wins to replace your income and grow your wealth micro wins to millions style. So click on the link below, set up a call with our team, and let's get started today. Talk to you real soon.